We're going to begin with each of you sharing what your understanding is of the role of a school board member. And then we'd like for you to talk to us about how your background and your experience help you be effective in this role. Once again, remember you have a minute and a half to answer. Kareem, we'll begin with you.
Good evening. Can you hear me okay? Okay, great. So I am Dr. Kareem Moffitt, and I'm currently serving this year as the president of the Cincinnati Public School Board. This is the fourth year of my first term. The role of a school board member is to actually, we have three employees. So it's to provide governance to the district, and that's through policy. But we also have three employees, the superintendent, the internal auditor, and the treasurer, all report to the board. So we hire and fire. We also provide policy that governs the entire district, which encompasses 91 square miles, a little over 35,000 students, and 66 buildings. Another part of our responsibility, a major part, is that we approve the district-wide curriculum, and we are charged with being fiscally responsible to provide the funding to ensure high quality education. That is our role, to ensure that we are providing a balanced budget and that we also are bringing in enough revenue to cover all of our expenses, including our staff and our students. My background, I have been there for 4 years, and I've been on policy, I've been on budget, I've also worked with student achievement, and I've most importantly made some relationships with our legislators at the state and also some legislators across the nation, some other school board members. And so I'm very in tune. That's it.
Time is up, and finish that very last thought, if you would, please.
I'm just very in tune with what's going on with the district around education in the state level and nationally.
Thank you so much for sharing, Kareem. Next up is Marcia.
Okay. Good evening, everyone, and thank you, School Board School, for hosting. So in addition to what's already been shared, the role of the school board member is to provide governance as well as being a coach to the employees that we have. I believe that being a coach to the superintendent to make sure that we're working collaboratively together to meet the academic goals of the district. I believe that the academic outcomes of our students is priority one. And as a school board, we are responsible for educating the children in our district. So in addition to the fiscal responsibilities, the main goal here is to educate our children. My background and experience does lend itself well to be a board member. I have 20 years in corporate. I have 20 years with nonprofits, and as 20 years as a business owner as well. And so all of those require a level of leadership that understands when to coach and when to direct. And so that's one of the attributes of a good board member, is to know when and how to do those things to allow the superintendent and the treasurer to do their jobs, but provide the direction that they need to meet the goals of the district. My involvement with the school board for over 30 years, I've served on many different committees.
And I know that minute and a half comes up quickly.
Yes, it does.
Thank you, Marcia, for sharing.
welcome.
We'll now move on to Jim Crossett.
Yes, my name is Jim Crossett, and was appointed to the school board about a year ago. Our responsibilities is to hire and fire direct with the treasurer, superintendent, and the internal audit, and also to set all the policies and also to raise money for the district through levies, and real estate taxes is our primary vehicle, and we get money also from the state. My background is in accounting and finance. I served on the audit committee for 20 years before I got on the school board. So I have a deep background in accounting and finance and a deep knowledge of our audits. We've had clean audit opinions for the last 20 years. And I'm hoping that my wheelhouse, my skill set, can help us with budget. We have tremendous budgetary pressure. Our money from the state is flat. And we do have a renewal levy coming up this November, but it's still, again, it's flat money. So with inflation and increasing costs, we're going to have to work really hard to find out how to do more with less. And this is something, a challenge that I certainly want to take on. Also, I feel I have a really good relationship with our superintendent in terms of coaching and asking her and answering her questions. And I think that's a very important role that I play with my many years of experience in business. So,
Jim, thank you very much for your response. We'll now move on to Brandon Craig.
All righty. So thank you again for hosting today and for allowing us to come and talk to folks. My name is Brandon Craig. I am currently a board member. The role of a board member is primarily focused around governance. It is the role of governance to make sure we build policies that make a difference in our district, that we are listening to those folks within our district and those folks in our community as we build those policies. We also serve the role of making sure that we hold accountable our superintendent, our treasurer, and our chief auditor, as Dr. Moffitt mentioned earlier. I think the other thing that we also must do as a board and in our role as a board is to ensure that we are preparing folks for success. Whether it's the students in our district, whether it's the staff in our district, the teachers in our district, we have a role and responsibility to ensure that they are successful as well as the district is successful. Coming into this role 4 years ago, I came in with a civil rights background. I believe education is the number one civil right that we must adhere to and must promote. So I come in it with a lens that's paying attention to the need in our district for equity throughout the district and equity in programming. I think the biggest thing, though, that I bring to this district is I bring a sense of systems make things work. And I'm willing to work with anyone to ensure that our students are successful. So that's why I have a great relationship with the superintendent, I have a great relationship with the treasurer, and with the chief internal auditor.
Brandon, thank you very much for your response. And last with the first question, but certainly not least, Carrie Armbruster.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thanks for hosting. I don't want to repeat anything anyone else has said. I think they've all done a great job. The only thing I will add as part of the role of school board, I think, is setting the priorities and the vision for the district that the superintendent is then charged with executing so that the district can thrive, as Marcia was saying, so that we do have the best outcomes for our students possible. And for me, that's a large part of why I am running. I have a background in a lot of that strategy and vision work. My time in my corporate world was spent at Kroger, and a bulk of that was developing and implementing the program Zero Hunger, Zero Waste for the company. So I was technically in charge of none of the operations of the company, but influenced all of the operations of the company to make sure that we were able to achieve massive change and great outcomes in food waste and reduction of hunger across the entire country. So it's something I'm really passionate about, is using strategy and vision to really engage the public, engage a workforce, and build communities and partnerships to help create massive change. So that's something I'm hoping to bring in my skill set to add to the already tremendous work that's being done at the district.
Thank you very much. And thanks to each and every one of you for your thoughtful responses to our very first question.